Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today, Wednesday.
Yep.
So our live will be at 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you probably ain't going to know that anyway, because this probably ain't going to be out before then. But, so we've been working on my truck this morning. I had a couple of welds break on my stacks. We got that all fixed up. I put a couple of braces on there because these rough roads around here are tearing that truck all to pieces. But we got that all fixed. And then we started working on the stack for our wood stove, or our smoker. Man, we got it hooked up. I built a fire in it just because, to check it out. That helps out with the draw so much. It's working great. I took an old piece of the top of one of the propane bottles. And
like where you grab where the handles are, where you grab it.
Put a little rain cover over the end of it there. Got it welded up. Got a little brace put on over at the wall.
Tell them what that is.
What is?
The pipe.
Oh, well, as you guys, I mean...
They may not know.
Most everybody knows, but if you don't, that is actually the exhaust out from under the kids' school bus sitting back there. So, full-size school bus. Mikey crawled under, pulled all the exhaust out. That's what I done, the complete
exhaust system
on the smoker with. So, I mean, it's got a couple of, I guess, unnatural curves in it up there, but you know what? It just adds to the character of reusing old junk, guys.
Yep.
Works great!
Yeah. As we've said before, nothing around here is going to be square, so.
Right.
Because that's what you get when you're working with used stuff.
Alright, guys, we're starting to work on our thing that keeps the house hot.
Heater.
The wood stove. Yeah.
Double barrel wood stove.
Double 55-gallon drum wood stove. Today, I'm cutting all this apart, and I'm going to be building the door for it. Designing the door, trying to figure out what I'm going to do there. And maybe even if I have enough time, start the pipe between the two barrels, the connection between the two barrels. And I have some... This is all done with just scrap junk we have laying around. Obviously, you see I'm having to cut this piece all up and use angle iron off of it. I've got an old pressure tank off of a well sitting over there, and I'm going to use it. I'm going to use pieces of it. You'll see all that going on, but yeah. Got to figure out some heat for the house, although we have noticed that just the smoker alone puts off a ton of heat in the house. So, yeah. We may be a little overkill with this double 55-gallon drum wood stove.
We might be complaining about how hot it is this winter.
But hey, you know what? I mean, I'd rather overkill it than underkill it. Put it that way.
Absolutely.
Guys, that'll be the door. That's the door frame. We'll build a door to go inside this, and then it'll have hinges on it and open and close. So, yeah. That's the beginning of it anyway. Okay, so we're building a double barrel wood stove. So we're taking two 55-gallon drums, laying them horizontally and stacking them on top of each other. We've got to have a pipe that goes from the bottom barrel to the top barrel, so the heat comes back, rises, goes through the top barrel, and then goes out the exhaust. So instead of going and buying a pipe and buying a kit, I'm just using what I have and making it happen. A friend of ours here a while back, I can't remember, I don't know, we didn't do a video on it. A follower of ours met us at Hart's down in Waldron, and we went over to his place and replaced his well for him, his well pump. And he had this old scrap pressure tank sitting out in his yard, and he was like, man, if you think you can come up with any use for that, you can have it. Just take it out of here. I mean, of course, everybody's willing to get rid of their junk, and that's what it was. He wanted junk gone out of his yard. And of course, I mean, I'm always going to find something to do with that kind of stuff. So I'm just cutting it up and using it. I'll probably do a lot more with that, building this wood stove. So if you've seen, we cut a strip of metal out of that pressure tank, which of course it was, really big diameter. So I cut a strip that was long enough to do, close to 6-inch diameter, and I just used a log we had laying around and slid it on there and beat it to where it's almost straight. I mean, almost perfectly round. I mean, guys, really, it's just, a way to get heat out of the bottom barrel to the top barrel. It ain't got to be perfectly round. Who cares? I'm going to use it like it is. I'm just going to cut the hole, use this to make the hole, and it's going to work just fine. Hopefully.
I reckon it is.
Well, guys, that's all I got done today. Between, finding parts and figuring out how I'm going to do it and all that stuff, it's getting dark. It's hard to see to weld. Plus, that 55-gallon drum is so thin, it is really hard to weld anyway. So I'm going to wait till it's good in daylight where I can see what I'm doing. And guess that's going to be it for today.
If y'all can see it over there. The hood is up on our green tractor.
Yeah, Mikey was brush hogging down the road, and it threw the fan belt and overheated to the max.
So, prayers that our poor little green tractor is still good because, we still have over a year's worth of payments on it.
As of right now, I'm not seeing any water in the oil, but I'm going to let it cool off. And, check the water and all that good stuff. And we'll see what happens, I guess.
Yep. All right, Wiley, this is the end of the video. What do you got to say?
As always, guys, work hard, stay humble, and love God.
Amen.